MPN, we've done the competencies. We're doing some small changes. We're combining some of the SharePoint competencies, and we will, we try to do this in a way that partners can plan. And so we make changes in the competencies now. They will be implemented in October. Yammer has been in the company now for a few weeks.
Yes.
We're still figuring out what we're going to do with Yammer. Mm-hmm. We'll do something around the SharePoint piece with it for sure. We've announced some changes in the ISV competency, and we've announced some changes around the desktop deployment competency, and that's obvious because if you look at what's happening with Windows 8, some changes around Metro UI, some of the deployment things that are changing there. So those are obvious things to do. And that's really kind of, I think, the big things for MPN right now.
Yes. Also, it's interesting the new kind of partners that you have with the launch of Windows Phone, no Windows 8 phone. Mm-hmm. Because we see a lot of integration around this different software, and you can communicate all the devices. So the opportunity to build around these kind of things.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, you've got phone is bringing in, that's true for our phone or other companies' phones, but it's bringing in, this app Metaphor is bringing in a lot of different companies to develop software. We announced this morning we had 100,000 Windows phone apps. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty big milestone. But also Link, right? And Link as Link and Skype, right? Put both of those out there. And the things, how are these all going to come together? It's going to be fascinating to watch. Mm-hmm. And there's a great partner opportunity there. If you start thinking about phones working on Wi-Fi, handsets, Link integration, Skype integration, all of that stuff is going to come, and it's just partner opportunity.
Unified communications.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys, I think Polycom are some agreement with you.
Yeah, Polycom. I mean, we do a lot of things with Polycom. They've built some Link monitors, Link integrated monitors. They're unbelievable. For about $1,000, you can get a 25-inch, 27-inch monitor that has the camera, and it's totally built. Everything's built in to just put it right into a Link audio video environment. And we're using them quite a bit on campus now. And with the software, the new communicator software, it's one of my favorite things to demo to people. When I meet business people and they ask me about what's cool in Microsoft right now, you show them, hey, start with presence. I look into the presence, I can see who's there, I can see whether they're available, I know whether to ping them on IM, I can move it to a phone call, I can go to a video if I want, I can send documents back and forth, you can open up a whiteboard session and start marking things up. So very, very rich experience.
Interesting thing about Polycom is their vision was to work with lots of different platforms, whereas they always criticize Cisco as being very focused on just their one little world. So Cisco vision is much more open.
The Cisco, it's true, they're much more open. I mean, the thing that's funny about Cisco is there are companies out there that are enabling, Cisco obviously has a big install base. There are people who are taking Cisco handsets and they're making them work with Link. Okay? But in order to do that, you're supposed to still have this license with Cisco to be able to use the handset. And that seems a little crazy to me. The price is something like $1,000 to license their handset. And so anyway, I think you're going to hear some noise from Cisco customers as more people do that. That's a prediction.
We have a lot of partners together at this WPC. It's really a record. But when we see the worldwide numbers in terms of the economic, with the Europe situation, we used to think that there will be a very big conference, but it's not the case. Why? Why is so interest for the partners to build new solutions? Because the economy is growing in IT, because in the worldwide perhaps the situation is the contrary.
So is the question
About the relation, about the economic, the financial issues that we have in
Okay,
Europe
okay, I think
and the
you're
IT.
saying, so why is the conference doing so well, partners are doing well, and the economy isn't? Okay, okay. Well, if you look at most economies, they break out into a lot of different sub-economies, right? What are the real drivers? The thing that's interesting is that the technology segment continues to generally do well no matter where you are. And I mean, that's true all the way into Venezuela, right? Why is Microsoft growing in Venezuela? And that's a place where the economy isn't very good. But you could look at other places. Spain, Portugal are places that have been very hard hit. Greece, okay? And yet Microsoft and the partners are still doing quite well. They're not doing as well as maybe Brazil, where they're growing 25, 50%, but they're still generally a few single digits growth. I mean, Greece is very interesting because Greece is very hard hit. And one of the things we're doing is we're looking at this as an opportunity where there are technology professionals that are out of work right now. There are some there. And it's a great time to retrain and learn new skills. And so what we've been doing there is we've been working to fund additional investment to provide them the skilling they need so that when the economy does come back, that they're going to be ready to go. And they're going to be ready to go on Microsoft stuff. So we're hoping.
You always say like when the economy is down, it's not the time